Okay, so today I'm here to talk to you about my movement biography as our final project. I do realize that in this final project, I do not have as many photos or videos as I should, but when I was a kid, my parents were not the fondest of these things, so I did try to get what I could. So in the prenatal and perinatal development, I unfortunately do not have any pictures of me as a baby or of my mom while she was pregnant, but I did hear a lot of stories from my parents of the experiences of this. So while my mom was pregnant, she was diagnosed with gestational diabetes and had to go under a strict diet to protect my life while I was, I guess, being created in her stomach because if not, it would become fatal for me and for her as well. So she did what she could. Uh, During the pregnancy, she was in labor for 30 hours and I was almost did not make it because my head was too big and I couldn't be born yet. After the pregnancy, my mom could not stop the bleeding and she used nearly 30 pints of blood from the hospital in order to stay alive. So it was a very scary experience for her and for my family as well. Infancy, I was very slow to reach my milestones as an infant, and my family felt like I was being behind too much compared to the other kids. I didn't start talking until after a year old. I was barely crawling within a year. My words were very limited. At 2 years, I only knew how to ask for food or say I love you or mom and dad and things like that. The thing that was easiest for me was the feeding myself part, which I learned fairly quickly. My early childhood, I became very big on basketball and swimming and began to compete in that. I know that's a frisbee picture, but it was the one of very few that I could find. Uh, it was a very good way for me to learn early on of social skills and how to respect people of authority, such like coaches and parents and teachers. And it was a very good way for me to keep my physical activity up through exercise. In my late childhood, I said goodbye to frisbee and all those other things, but I did stay in basketball for a little bit. I recently took up archery too as a kid, and this one was less competitive, so I did not have much motivation for it, and it was very low commitment, so I did slowly start to lose my physical exercise because of this, but I was still active enough to stay healthy. So now, adulthood, I do not play basketball or archery, or I do not swim anymore either. I now play volleyball at UNT with the intramural sports, and I also play flag football a lot too. Occasionally, I do play soccer again with my organization for intramural sports, but that is about all now. It's a very casual, non-competitive type of style, and it's something that I personally enjoy very much because it's more like a social sport now for me. My eating habits are currently very unhealthy because me and my roommates do not cook as often as we would want to, and so we usually just go out or I eat at dining halls, and it's messed up my eating habits too much to where I'm eating very unhealthy foods, and I am hoping I can change that after learning about all these nutritional and exercise slash diet facts from this class. And that is my presentation. Thank you.